Have you ever wondered just how powerful Goku truly became when he unleashed his True Ultra Instinct form against Gas in the Dragon Ball Super manga? This wasn't just another transformation. This was a moment that redefined Goku's connection to his Saiyan instincts, his godly training, and his overall standing in the power hierarchy of the Dragon Ball multiverse. Unlike the calm and emotionless Ultra Instinct we saw before, this version is different. This is not Goku trying to imitate the angels. This is Goku being Goku, fully embracing his emotions and Saiyan nature while still moving with the divine precision of Ultra Instinct. In this video, we're diving deep into the true power scaling of this form. We'll analyze how Goku stacks up not only against Gas, who at that point was the strongest in the universe, but how this form compares to past transformations like Mastered UI, Ultra Ego Vegeta, and even beings like Jiren and Broly. Was Goku finally beyond the gods? Did True Ultra Instinct allow him to surpass his limits once and for all? Or was it still just another stepping stone towards something even greater? Stick around as we break down feats, statements, scaling, and raw battle data to find out just how strong Goku really is in his True Ultra Instinct form. So to begin with, I want to clear up a common misconception. Some people believe that perfected Ultra Instinct Goku is stronger than True Ultra Instinct Goku. But listen, when Goku was transforming into his True Ultra Instinct form, his Saiyan blood reawakened within him. This clearly shows that True Ultra Instinct puts a greater physical and emotional strain on Goku than either perfected or mastered Ultra Instinct. And we've seen in the manga that when Goku was fighting Gas in his perfected Ultra Instinct form, Gas had the upper hand, but when Goku transformed into his True Ultra Instinct form, they became evenly matched. This proves that True Ultra Instinct is Goku's strongest transformation to date. Now let's start with the real power scaling. In Dragon Ball Super's cosmology, there are many outerversal scaling metas that exist, like the Other World, World of Void, and the Instant Transmission Zone. In my previous video, I used the Other World meta to scale Goku's Super Saiyan God form. That's why in this video we'll be using the Instant Transmission Zone, and in upcoming videos, we'll also cover the World of Void. Now before we scale the Instant Transmission Zone, also known as Subspace, I want to make something clear. In this video, we'll be using sources from RLA and Dragon Ball GT, but all of this is canon. That's because Dr. Slump's village exists on the same Earth as Dragon Balls, and both were created by the same author. As for Dragon Ball GT, it was already canon in an alternate timeline, and Toyotaro said in his latest interview that everything in Dragon Ball is canon. And if you don't know who Toyotaro is, he's the new author of Dragon Ball after the late Akira Toriyama. Now, before we scale the Instant Transmission Zone, let's quickly go over some of the feats Goku has shown in his True Ultra Instinct form. So, listen closely. RLA has transcended the entire Dragon Ball cosmology infinite times, and even cut through the pages of the manga itself, which clearly shows that RLA scales far above the entire Dragon Ball cosmos, which obviously includes the Instant Transmission Zone as well. But before we begin scaling, a lot of people will say that RLA's feat is just a gag feat. So listen, when we power scale gag characters, their feats are only considered valid within the fighting or neutral zones, where the plot doesn't protect them and they can be defeated. Just because a character is a gag or parody doesn't mean the whole show becomes one. For example, in One Punch Man, Saitama is portrayed as a gag parody character, but that doesn't make the entire series a gag. Similarly, Luffy from One Piece has Toon Force-like abilities. Yet, that doesn't turn One Piece into a gag series, nor does it make Luffy a full gag character. Right, now let's return to the scaling. We know that Beerus can erase a rail with his Hakai, and many people argue that's just a hack's ability-based advantage, not raw power. But wait, Jiren has multiple statements confirming that he surpasses all gods of destruction. And we all know that Jiren is insanely strong through raw physical power alone, not by using God Ki. Also, all those statements about Jiren refer to his base form, and Goku's Ultra Instinct was the only thing that could match that level. Then we have a statement for Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku, which confirms he transcended all his previous power. And as I already explained earlier, True Ultra Instinct scales above all of Goku's previous Ultra Instinct forms. So, in short, Goku's True Ultra Instinct is above all his previous Ultra Instinct states: Jiren, Beerus, Arale, the entire Dragon Ball cosmology, which includes subspace, aka the instant transmission zone. So now you understand how powerful True Ultra Instinct Goku is within his own verse. But to know where he stands in power scaling, now we'll finally begin scaling the instant transmission zone. Actually, I forgot to mention a few more sources that I'll be using in this video. So let me clarify now. I'll also be using the Cooler movie as a reference, which is considered canon based on Toyotaro's statements, and his words also confirm that guides are canon as well. Also, in a filler episode, Beerus was about to erase Arale with Hakai, and since fillers are also considered canon, we can include that scene in our analysis. Alright then, now that we've laid out all the sources and context, let's begin the actual scaling. Alright, so let's talk about subspace, also known as the instant transmission zone. Inside this realm, the concepts of space and time do not exist, and if any realm lacks both space and time, it is typically classified as a zero-dimensional realm, unless it transcends those concepts entirely. In Dragon Ball, it has been confirmed that the instant transmission zone transcends time as well, even though the phrase concept of time isn't directly mentioned in some translations. The context clearly refers to both space and time, since it has already been stated that neither concept exists in that realm. Also, let's not forget, Dragon Ball was created to entertain audiences, not specifically to provide consistent power scaling logic. So sometimes you have to dive a bit deeper to fully understand its mechanics. Now, considering that the instant transmission zone is beyond space and time, it would logically be inaccessible to lower dimensional beings, because entering it requires the use of instant transmission, and that process happens at irrelevant speed. A fun fact: this realm has only been shown a few times in Dragon Ball, and even then, it was never stated that things like time, space, or physical matter exist within it, which is hilarious for Goku down players. So, being able to affect or interact with the instant transmission zone is an outer-versal level feat. Overall, this proves that Goku's True Ultra Instinct scales to outer-versal plus levels, and I've already explained how he possesses irrelevant speed in my previous two videos, especially in the video titled Goku Ultra Instinct versus Wally West, who is fastest. So to sum it all up, Goku's True Ultra Instinct isn't just his most powerful form, it scales above all previous Ultra Instinct states, surpasses Jiren, Beerus, Arale, and even the entire Dragon Ball cosmology, including the instant transmission zone, which itself is outer-versal plus due to its lacking and transcending the concept of space and time. This transformation puts Goku at a whole new level, beyond dimensionality, beyond concepts, and far beyond what most fans realize. And remember, this is just the beginning of how deep Dragon Ball's cosmology goes. We're going to cover even more insane feats, realms, and characters in upcoming videos. So make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, because here on Scalynox, we break power scaling beyond limits. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, where scaling gets serious and fiction meets power.